Welcome to the Nexus of Adventure, where stories transcend the page, a place where heroes and villains clash. This is Break, Battle, and Roll. Welcome to Break, Battle, and Roll. My name is Aaron Rollins, and I will be your barkeep, your dungeon master, your storyteller. I would like to invite you all to join us in the world of Rosilleron, where the destiny of three individuals is set on a collision course with both each other and the fate of their homeland, Archipeldia. Let's get right into it with our player introductions. Welcome everyone to Break, Battle, and Roll. We are excited to get the first episode of this crazy, ridiculous podcast going, and I wanted to introduce you to all of our players here in the room, starting with a Mr. Chad Stafford. Go ahead.
Hello! Thank you so much. My name is Chad Stafford, and I will be playing Timothy Biscuit.
And moving on to Janelle.
Hi, I'm Janelle Wilkie, and I will be playing Flowerkraut.
And last but not least, our good man, Dustin.
Dustin Bleshmet playing Sherman Jeopard.
Excellent. Well, if you haven't yet caught episode 0, please check that out. We're going to get right into the action with our first episode of Archipeldia. The scene begins in the cave of Flowerkraut on the island of Adrystia. The sounds of waves crashing against the beach die down as the sun dips below the horizon. And like most every night on the island of Adrystia, the fog rolls in. That same fog that makes your beach Baba Yaga effect so terrifying when you're out hunting. This night seems a little different though, Flowerkraut. The sands are unnaturally empty. You know that deep down, something's about to happen. Perhaps the strands of fate have been tugged, or maybe destiny is about to change course. Either way, Flowerkraut, you feel, particularly as a result of the sense that you received from your mortar and pestle, that you need to prepare. You are in your cavern. You're by yourself. Normally, this would probably be a good time for you to get out and do what you do best. But there's no one out here to haunt anymore.
That's a damn shame. I love a good haunting, especially when there's this dank fog about. That's my favorite time to be a creepy Baba Yaga.
I will mention that through your mortar and pestle that you use, Flowerkraut has the ability to make one healing potion per day. And you currently have 2 stocked, just through things that you find on the beach, just gathering around, whether it's a dead animal, your bones that you grind up. You've got 2 healing salves or potions in your inventory.
Their death gives me life. What can I say? I love a good dead fish potion.
Delicious.
It's so scrumptious.
You also feel that there's a need to actually, maybe venture out. Like, you don't really go very far from your cave entrance. There's no need to. It's kind of right there on the beach. But you received a communication from your patron. Something's strange about this night. Something that might need a little bit more investigation.
Gotcha. So yeah, for those that don't know, I don't actually have my patron quite yet, right? It's kind of speaking through me through my mortar and pestle, right?
You do have your patron. You have
what?
powers.
Really?
Yeah. This is new to me.
This is funny. Hey, by the way, I'm new to D&D, by the way.
That's okay.
By the by.
So, as a warlock, Patrons can work in mysterious ways, especially how they communicate back and forth with you. But one thing is for sure, your patron is giving you your powers. Everything that Flowerkraut's able to do is funneled energy through your patron. However, you may not know all the mysteries that encompass who that is, how they work, where they are, what they want. You just know that they are helping you in whatever your endeavors are.
Gotcha.
So, what is
I like
it that
how you know
want?
more about me than I do.
Oh, that won't last long, for trust me. What is it that you gather from your cave before heading out?
Let's see. Well, I grab my toothbrush, of course. It's just a bone. It's very important. I look in my mirror to make sure that my braid is fastened in place. I have a beautiful ocean green-blue braid with a lot of seafoam gray hairs thrown in there. And I'm gorgeous and old and saggy, and my skin is the color of the belly of a dead fish, a beautiful pale blue. And yeah, I look like I'm ready to go. I have my tunic on, my fishbone bow tie, and some nice flowy pants and some comfy little shoes. So yeah, I'm all dressed up. I'm ready to go walking on some beach rocks.
Does Flowerkraut carry like a satchel?
Yeah, sure. I have a satchel.
Okay.
That's where I keep my potions. I don't know where else I'd put them. My rack is not good for holding the...
It just slides right off.
It goes straight down. It's no use to me.
Didn't always used to be that way.
I used to do what all women do, which is put the goods in the sack, but... Or not in the sack. On the rack.
So all right. Flowerkraut, you grab your satchel and you just dump a few things in there before you head out, and you start
Potions and pestle.
Yeah, you start perusing the surrounding area. You start walking down the beach of Adrystia, trying to see, what does this all mean? Is this really anything? Is your patron just pulling your leg? About an hour later, you hear on the north side of the island, as you've circled around the beach, some voices. And you tiptoe in. There's something on the beach you've never seen before. It's, well, looks like giant pieces of broken ship, maybe? And a snapped mast just laying there, washing up on the shore. And
Oh,
they're
crap.
standing about, 10 feet away from all of it, are two little fey creatures, standing about 3 or 4 feet tall, and they both are wearing cloaks. And you kind of hear them talking to each other, bickering almost, about what is going on in front of them, seeing this, essentially wreckage having washed up on shore. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll if you want to stay unseen from these two.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'll stealth it. Can I deduce from the surroundings, this is not a booze cruise that crashed? Because that happens every now and then.
No, it's not. And
The
usually when
summer
a booze
breakers
cruise,
are wild.
when the booze cruise crashes, there's a celebration.
Yeah, I usually partake of the celebration for sure. Okay, I got a 12.
Okay, so you...
Wait, do I add things to it? Do I have stealth attributes?
Stealth is definitely a skill on your character sheet.
Oh,
So,
yeah, look at me. I got a juicy +0.
12 it is. Mm-hmm. These two seem pretty distracted with each other as they're, bickering back and forth. They don't notice you sneak up. You're kind of off behind a rock, and you hear one of them. As you get closer, you can definitely tell that one is male and one is female. And the male says,
This isn't good. They got too close. The Frackin was supposed to sink that ship far from here.
They say, Frackin?
yes, he said frackin'. The female walks up and points down, and you just notice that there's something lying amidst the wreckage on top of the mast. A humanoid, in fact. You also notice that these two are speaking in Elvish, but you can understand it without any issue.
Because I am an aquatic half-elf.
You are,
My
in fact,
elvish
an
ears are
aquatic...
tingling.
She points down at the humanoid and she goes,
What is this? Some kind of two-legged Canada? I don't know what this is.
She reaches down, she actually lifts one of the ears on this humanoid, and then it, pulls it around a little bit. She goes,
What do we do with it?
do you think
Lifts
it's still
the ear,
alive?
like, takes it off.
No, she's like wiggling it around, like she's never seen something with furry ears like this.
Oh, okay. This isn't a humanoid then.
No, this is a humanoid that looks like a dog.
Oh, interesting.
Why are you doing that? It could possibly still be alive. Get back over here.
She puts the ear down and splashes in the water over to where the first one was standing. He goes,
Maybe we should talk to the hags. I don't think it's a good idea that anything is showing up, especially now.
do you want to go get them?
We should stick together.
Very well. They turn and they start walking, and they happen to be walking directly at you, where you're hiding, Flowerkraut.
Oh crap. Okay. Real quick. Hags, do I know what they're talking about?
Yes. I mean, you have been mistaken as a hag in your lifetime, but there are definitely creatures known as hags that, prevail in archipelago, in the world itself. Typically, they're solitary creatures. And they just said
Gotcha.
hags, so
They did
that's
say
curious
plural.
to you. Yeah.
Yes, the pluralness is what intrigues me, because if they said hag, this is my home. I've been called a hag, So they're not looking for me. Okay. I will try to sneak. I'll try to sneak because I want a closer look at Floppy Ear.
All right, give me another stealth roll, because essentially what's happening here is that they're going to walk right up to where you're hiding as they're walking
Ah,
that
fuck.
direction. And if you can conceal your location, they might just walk right past you. I'm going to give them
man.
a roll.
Perhaps I can do one of my Eldritch invocations of disguise self. Could I
Okay.
do that?
You
like
absolutely
as a
could.
sand flea? Oh my god, I will be a freaking crab on the beach.
Well, so the invocation will allow you to disguise yourself as another humanoid type. It doesn't. You don't get to polymorph into a rat or anything like that.
Curses! Well, I must have had a fever dream that I could do that. All right, hold on. Let's see. Give me one moment. Okay, I can only disguise myself as a humanoid. Frick. Is there such a thing as a rock person in these worlds? Can I blend into the cliff?
Not really.
Okay, never mind.
Especially-
I'm just gonna be me. And I'm just going to, I'm gonna just try and stealthily pass them by. We'll see how
Okay,
it
go
goes.
ahead. Go ahead and roll stealth one more time.
Okay. Oh, Oh, butts. That was a 7.
Okay. So you shuffle from behind this rock, trying to, circle around it as these two little fey creatures are walking by, and they kind of look over and go,
Oh, it's one of the... great hag, we were coming to find you.
Hi. Yeah, what do you want?
Modra, you explain to her. You see, great hag, there's someone laying in the wreckage back there.
she points out to the ship.
It's some kind of canine floutsome. Should we use our bladies and stabbies it?
No, I don't think so, but it's a good thing you told me. I hate when people lay on pieces of wood on my island. I'm gonna go check it out myself. You go find some of the other hags.
Of course, great hag.
They'll help you take shelter.
Yes, thank you, great hag. You're so gracious, great hag.
And they turn, and you see them scuttle away down the beach.
Flowerkrauts, please. All right, that was easier than I thought. I shuffle on board the wreckage.
So you see that this ship is definitely seen better days. It looks charred, like it was on fire before arriving on the beaches of Adrystia. And on the mast, or at least the part of the mast that's made it this far, is a dogfolk clad in armor, and it looks like he somehow was hooked to it by just a clasp in his chainmail, and he's laying over it, and somehow the mast must have was buoyant enough to keep him above water long enough to get him here. You look at him, and you can certainly see that his chest is rising, but he looks like he's in pretty bad shape.
All right. I will take my hand and I will give him a slap, and it will feel like the slap of a cold dead fish on the face. So hopefully that will wake him. I am told I have the touch of a cold dead fish.
Sherman Jeopard, you wake up to the slap of a cold dead fish on your face.
You see that nose start wiggling? That's the first thing. That's how you know I'm doing okay. Sherman opens his eyes and is really disappointed that there's not a dead fish right in front of him, and he's not quite sure what's going on.
Hi there. You look like you're alive. Are you all right?
Hi. Were you on the boat? I don't remember seeing you before.
No, your boat is on my land.
Oh, I'm real sorry about that. You see, there was a big old bad thing going on, and I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm definitely not supposed to be. So I'm sorry about that. I definitely wanna thank you for waking me up. Where's that delicious fish you had there? I didn't quite see where it went.
I must have chucked it. I'm sorry about that. Can you explain me what the big bad thing was?
Sherman starts
it's
looking
in the
around
ocean.
for where it was
I mean, there are
thrown.
plenty more, I'm sure.
I don't see it.
We can fetch you one later.
What? Oh, okay.
So, can you explain to me what the big bad thing that happened was? Like, normally when things crash on my beach, it's the booze cruise.
It's a dry cruise. It's part of PAL. We were on a PAL ship. They don't allow drinking on board, which definitely is a disappointment to the sailors that were running the ship. But hey, they got to do what they got to do, which was really unfortunate when they wanted to not, get attacked by the giant sea monster. Because boy was that not a good time for anyone. I hope everyone's okay.
Giant sea monster. I know there's a couple squid that live around here. I'm most acquainted with Brandon. I wonder if it was Brandon.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I hope it wasn't, because no one gave me a name. So I did I did give him a good old whack, and then I grab my long sword, which I hopefully still have, or I reach for it.
Yeah,
and-
it's there. It's actually
Okay.
like shoved in between your arm and your shield.
Okay, so
Which
I
is still
pulled it out,
strapped to
gave
your
him a
arm-
good
your
old whack, and
Okay.
he was like, "Okay, you're free to go." And then I woke up on the beach.
Yeah, if it was attacking you, then it wasn't Brandon. Brandon's real cool. He might, like, come up and tickle you with his tentacle, but then, like, slip away. And
Oh, I'm so ticklish. That would have been really uncomfortable.
So you move to like stand up, Sherman, and you realize you are sore and in not good shape. Sherman Jeopard is currently at 1 hit point.
Oh, let me adjust my character sheet to 1 hit point. Ouch. My pride. Okay, do you happen to have, anything that could heal my aching body? Because, good lord, I am having a hard go of it. Standing up, I think I'm gonna need to normally I would shake all the water off, but I feel like that would really make me pass out again.
it'd shake off that final hit point, huh? All right. Yeah, sit down for a sec. Here,
He
you're in
sits.
luck. I've got he sits. Oh my. Quite
He
obedient.
sits.
Very good.
I'm really good at that
okay.
one. It's the first one I learned at the academy.
Most excellent. Yes. Well, I like it. It's you're very good. Anyway, you're in luck. My healing salve happens to be dead fish flavored. So, drink up, bottoms up.
Oh, that's amazing.
I toss him a potion.
Okay, I'm gonna lap up this potion.
Does he pour it on the ground so he can lap it up?
Slaps it up. God.
No, it's more of like pouring it out of the bottle, but like licking it as it comes out, that kind of deal.
Flowerkraut does a slow blink, but she's amused.
What do I? Is it a normal potion, like a 2d4 plus 4?
That's correct. 2d4. Oh, I'm sorry. 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay. All right. So that is 6.
All right. You are at 7 hit points.
Yep,
Making
I sure
progress.
am. I feel a little bit better. Thank you so much. Is that? No, that's definitely a mackerel skin. Was there mackerel skin in there? I could have sworn I tasted some mackerel skin in that one.
Yeah, you have a good nose. You've got it right on the money there. Blah.
Oh man, I am sticking around with you, lady.
Sure. Are you able to stand now?
Yeah, on command.
Okay, well, before I start ordering you around, I would love to know your name.
I'm so sorry. Normally I would introduce myself, but I was unconscious first, and that kind of threw off my whole groove. My name is Sherman Jeopard. I am a member of PAL, the people. I forgot the name of my own organization. Good God.
Good God, I seem to have forgotten the name of my group.
There we go. Oh, well, I must have it must have hit me real hard, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, PAL, PAL. Unless you've been living under a rock, we're the protectors of Archipelagian liberty.
I live in a rock, so yeah, I didn't really know about that.
Oh, okay. Well, that would explain why neither of us remembered. But yeah, my name is Sherman Jeopard. I am a member of PAL. I am on my first rover mission. It is not going well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It looks like it went sideways.
Oh, yeah, the whole ship kind of went sideways for a minute there, but I'm not sure what happened after that, because then I was thrown off of it.
All right. Well, you can call me Kraut, Flowerkraut. Here, stand. Do I need to keep commanding you? How about I just say you are free to do as you will?
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, I understand that one. That is good. I can just go about my business. Thank you. All right, Flowerkraut, thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. I'm a bit lost though, so I am definitely gonna. I'm still, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind following you around to see what you do around here, because I really have no idea where I am right now.
All right. I am a bit curious about what attacked you that's so close to my home. Normally the squid aren't too cruel around here, but I did come across a couple fae that were talking about one. So yeah, I'd like to take a look around the beach if you don't mind. Maybe did you lose anyone? Like you weren't riding this alone, obviously.
Oh no, it was a what was it, like a schooner? Is that what they call them? You know, one of those big old ships with all the sails on them, like a big one, not like one for like 3 people, but like one. There's a below deck, there's an above deck. It was a bigger boat. I mean, you see the size of this mast here. Imagine that, but like 3 or 4 of those. It's a big old ship, so there are a lot of people on it. But I'm pretty sure I'm the one that's lost. Now that I think about it.
You think they might have gotten off on like one of those escape boats or something?
We do have escape boats. That's definitely a thing that we would have on the boat. That's a great idea. They probably got away in the escape boat.
Okay. You and I can walk around the beach together. You can look for survivors. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with this squid thing.
Oh, okay. That's great. If you need anything, just go ahead and call my name and say come. And if I'm within earshot, I'll come running. I have really good recall training. They push that into me real well.
And just as Sherman says that, the two of you are interrupted and you hear something. Or is it someone? What is that sound? Cut to about 10 minutes ago. Further down, Timothy. It has been a night filled with a mix of emotions. But right now, the only emotion you feel is how dark it is. It's so dark.
It's
And
so
there's
very
fog.
dark. And there's a lot of fog. And I can't see through it, but something's pinching me. Oh, it's a crab. There's a crab.
You're bound to this post, hands and feet. And your belongings still lay graciously next to you. At least the crew of the Valcuddy weren't pirates about the whole ordeal.
Oh, thank goodness my loot is still safe.
You've pulled on your restraints. You've tried to slip out of the binds.
Oh, yep, those are tight. Wow, they really do a good job.
Is this what it comes down to for the Kenku with his own voice? Has your luck finally taken its final dive? Well, there's a gurgling sound behind you.
Oh, the crab has amassed an army. I'm not tasty, whatever you heard. I'm all skin and feathers. There's nothing there.
Barely visible in the moonlight, you see 3 small creatures move around you. And they're somersaulting in circles. They're like dancing as they, they seem to be enjoying themselves so much, moving around your post.
Crabnastics around me. I've heard about this. This is their feeding time dance ritual. I'm a goner for sure.
Their beady little eyes reflect what little light the night has to offer. And they let off little gurgling giggles.
Oh, that's pleasant. Oh, that's really nice. There's nothing terrifying about this at all.
One of them closes in on you and slowly plucks a feather.
Ow!
He then moves down to your feet and extends his hand feather out.
This is not funny. This is horrifying. Stop. How can I be ticklish to my own feathers, you cruel monster?
Flowerkraut and Sherman, this is exactly what you're hearing from further down the beach.
Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck?
Laughter, torment, hysteria.
Oh my god. Brandon strikes again with his tickling tentacles. I know that sound anywhere. It's the sound of a tickled creature.
It's so the sound is definitely echoing down from where you guys are. You can't really see what's going on, but you can hear the terrible noises coming out of Timothy's mouth.
Flowerkraut, it sounds like someone's being tortured over there.
It's Brandon. Just trust me.
Oh, if Brandon's in trouble, we should go help him, don't you think?
No, Brandon's causing the trouble. He likes to tickle.
Oh, well, whoever's being tickled doesn't sound like they're having a good time. And
All right, let's go
I start
over
bounding
there.
over there.
Let's run.
All right. So you guys Baywatch run down the beach.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Oh my god. Booms
And-
flapping.
It's like behind
smacking,
you. Flapping behind you in the wind. Like a scarf.
tongue behind Sherman, and then Flower's boobs smacking her in the face as she's running full speed.
We're picture perfect. Someone should make a poster of us.
And the two of you being able to see fairly well in the dark, see this bird guy stuck to a wooden post being tortured by these tiny little, they almost look like heads with legs and arms sticking out from them. And they're making all these, they're laughing at him and giggling while he's just squirming all over the place.
This isn't funny. I've had a day. I just have had a day, and this isn't how I wanted it to end. Please, just tell the crab to end it. Just bring the crab army and let it be done.
Yo, Daddy DM. Flowerkraut has a question. Do
Go for
I
it.
recognize these? Do these inhabit my island? The weird
These
heads?
do not. These are as
Oh.
foreign to you as the fey things you saw earlier, the two little people that were bickering back and forth.
Okay, yeah, what the fuck are all these intruders?
Oh, this has got to be one of those. This has got to be one of those new balls that talks. And I almost said someone else's name. Sherman definitely bounds over there and tries to catch one of the balls in his mouth.
Sherman, retrieve ball.
You start running at these things. They turn and see you and Flower coming, and they go, "Oh, oh!" And they turn, and you start seeing them take off down the beach even further away. The feather is dropped out of its hand. The feather slowly falls to the ground, and these balls just go running away.
They're too fast. I didn't know a ball could run. That's not fair. They're supposed to stop eventually.
You see, Sherman, as you're looking at, because you kind of give chase a little bit, and all of a sudden, all three of them somehow open up these weird rifts in the material plane, and they pop, disappear.
Oh, okay. Well, that's gone.
That's different.
Hi there. Are you okay? You seem
Hi.
to be in a good amount of distress there. What?
I saw my poor, unfortunate, yet short life flash before my eyes several times.
Oh, come on. You're not that short. I mean, I'm sure if you stand up, you'll be a little bit taller.
Sherman, untie him, please.
Yes, I would need some help in regards to that. You see, I have been bound to this pole here, where I was left to die, to wither away in the sun.
Oh, well, that just won't do. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my longsword and
Whoa,
cut
okay.
the ropes.
Yeah, be careful with that. That seems rather unnecessary for the job.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good. I do this all the time at the academy.
What?
In the training room.
Sherman, you have no problem severing the binds from Timothy.
Hoya!
Oh, wow, okay. You weren't kidding. You are very precise with such a large weapon.
Thank you. I mean, I've tried really hard to get good at getting the old swing aroundy and do the thing.
Okay, I have lost confidence in you now.
Flowerkraut, you watch this little back and forth between the Kenku and Sherman, and it strikes you as odd. You've met Kenku in the past, and they are typically quiet unless they are mimicking someone else's voice or something that they've heard been said. Yet it seems like this Kenku has a reaction, a response to everything that Sherman's doing. There's something a little bit different about this kenku.
There's furries on my island.
Well, yeah.
We prefer the
Sherman,
term feathery,
like,
thank you.
gestures up and down his own body.
You there, feathered one. Please tell me your name.
Oh, sorry. I just catching my breath. I didn't think that I was going to be cast from a ship, left to die. Thought I was going to be eaten by a crab army, then tickled by weird head crab thingies that I'm trying to just forget about now, because, ooh, that's nightmare fuel. Just one moment, and Timothy walks over, and he grabs his lute, and he strokes it, makes sure that all the strings are still good, and then he lets a sigh of relief, and he looks at these two people that came to his rescue, and he's like, sorry about that. My name is Timothy Biscuit. It's a pleasure to meet you, although I wish it was under better circumstances.
Flowerkraut eyes him suspiciously since she's never met a kenku that has his own voice. So, since he hasn't introduced himself as a kenku yet, so she's going to maybe assume it's a warlock or a wizard taking this form. So she's gonna point that out. All right, Timothy Biscuit.
Yes.
So, do you have wizarding background? I see that you have an instrument. Do you study at the School of Magic?
Well, I have been known to weave a spell or two with my trusty lute here. However, I have not been trained formally.
Okay. What is your normal form that you take?
Excuse me? What is that?
Hey,
What do you mean?
Hold on, that's a little bit. Don't you think that's a little insensitive to the guy?
Are you talking about my wares? Because I do admit this is a little rundown. Timothy is wearing just like a simple shirt, and he has a kind of tattered vest with a blue scarf. Just real simple attire. Probably the nicest thing that he carries on him is the lute, which has seen several stains, and it's definitely old, but you can tell that it's still in good working order.
The tatters are cool in my opinion, but no, you are taking the form of a kenku. I have never in my long life met a kenku who can talk. So, are you a wizard?
No, I'm certainly not a wizard. I am. This is the form I was born with. However, let's just say that there were circumstances that I was involved in that allowed me this ability. But it's a long and probably a non-interesting story that we can save for another time if I'm to be remaining on this island for any considerable allotted of time.
Okay. Flowerkraut is a little bit surprised by this answer because she's seen a lot of things in her life, and she's definitely disguised herself as a kenku before, because she has disguised self, and a kenku is a humanoid and not a crab, so I can do that.
I'm sorry to ask this, seeing as you just saved me and all, but I have no idea where I am. What is this island?
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to know. That's a great question there, Timothy. Thank you so much. I completely slipped my mind.
I'm sorry. What's your name?
My name? Oh my gosh, I have lost my manners. Oh my goodness, my obedience training is totally not kicking in today, apparently. My name is Sherman Jeopard. I am from the Protectors of Archipelagian Liberation. See, I got it that time. Flowerkraut, you remember when I forgot? Well, I didn't forget this time. That's probably due to the potion you gave me. Thank you so much for that delicious potion, by the way. My name's Sherman Jeopard, and I am on a rover mission from PAL. I definitely have never met a bird folk before, but I'm definitely happy to meet you.
Well, that's quite all right, Sherman. I've never met a dog folk before.
Yeah, hi, I'm Flowerkraut. You can call me Kraut if you like. You guys are actually on my home. This is my island. It's called Adrystia.
Beautiful name.
Yeah, I live up there. I nod to a cave that's at the top of the mountain, although it's a little bit foggy and you can't quite see it.
Sherman, this sparks your memory. when Sadie was reading the mission to you.
Woof.
She was talking about how you were to investigate Adrystia for hauntings.
Oh, I am going according to mission. I was supposed to be on Adrystia. I'm on Adrystia. This is great. So Flowerkraut, do you? I'm supposed to be here investigating some, like a haunting of the island. Would you happen to know anything about that?
Well, I hate to interject, but maybe it has something to do with the terrifying teleporting head crab things that try to tickle me to death. Maybe to soften me up for the kill. At least that's the theory I'm hitting around in my old noggin right now.
That was definitely uncanny for sure.
While haunting, those things are, that I haven't seen those until today. So yeah, your report is probably about, me. I like to haunt the tourists that come here, if I so please.
Sherman tries to put his hand through Flowerkraut.
Ow. Don't press me with one foot onto one part of my body really hard like dogs do.
I am so impressed. You are the most corporeal ghost I've ever pushed on.
I'm not a ghost. I'm a beach baba yaga.
All right, now I'm just convinced that I'm dead, and this is some weird version of the afterlife, a misty afterlife.
So you're just playing pranks on people, and that's what the haunting is? It's just a good old, like, goofy goof?
Yeah, it's a goof. It's fun. I like it. Sometimes people come here for their summer vacations, and I like to drink and dance and make love to them, or I like to scare the crap out of them. Whatever I feel like during the day.
Oh, okay. A woman of fine extremes, I see.
What a freeing existence. I feel like I could take note from you, Miss Kraut.
Thank you. Yes, I am wise indeed. Take many notes.
Just then, you hear a voice a little bit further inland from where you are. It's Elvish, so Flower and Sherman, you guys understand what's being said.
Goofs. That's what she's all about. Right, Modra? Yes, she goofed us. Says like...
And then you see them running towards you, the same two little fey creatures.
Turns out you're not who we thought you were, hag. Well, you shouldn't call her a hag. She's not a hag, says like... well, whatever you are, you're going to pay for this, and it's our job to make sure that we cleanse and purify this island for the hags. Boggles, get out here right now!
You're the ones that made the mistake. I didn't do anything. You came up to me. This is my island.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know these two? Because they just started running up and started shouting in some tongue that I'm not familiar with.
I don't know these things at all.
Oh, they're just speaking in Gibralvish. Most people don't understand it, but, I've picked up on it over the years, so it's fine. You don't have to know what they're saying. They're not saying anything important.
What are they saying? Says like, what? I can't understand a word. It doesn't matter. Get the boggles out. Get the boggles out right now.
They seem rather annoyed with each other.
Rifts open up all over, and you see more of those head creatures kind of plop out.
Oh God! Oh, I did die. This is eternal punishment.
Oh, they must be the merchants from the bald people. This is great. We're gonna give yourself a good old product test here. Thanks for stopping by.
Sherman, I don't think this is what they are.
Sezlik and Modra draw their bone daggers, and they begin to rush towards you. Everybody, it's time to break battle and roll initiative.
Initiative being rolled.
That is a 16 for Mr. Biscuit.
Flowerkraut got an 8.
A 19 for Sherman.
Ooh.
I just realized and remembered that I am quite hurt still. Oh, shoot.
Okay. So, the two little fey creatures go first with an initiative roll of 23.
Oh, boy.
They both rush Flowerkraut. They seemingly don't have any kind of concern. I mean, well, they do have a concern. Sherman, you heard them say they were going to cleanse this island, but they seem very angry that they had somehow been goofed or confused about Flower. You're not really quite sure. Both of them run at Flowerkraut, and they pull these bone daggers out, and they both take a swing at her.
Oh, crap.
All right, first one takes a swing and rolls a 17 to hit Flower.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
They stab you for 4 damage.
Okay.
You're no hag. You're no hag.
The other one runs in and also hits with a 19 and does 5 damage to you.
Ooh.
Ow.
Kill the hag. Kill the hag.
She's not a hag. You just said that yourself.
Oh, I mean, kill the old woman. Kill the old woman.
It depends on who you ask, really. Also, ow, fuck you.
Sherman's up next.
Hey, you better back up off that lady. She's a real nice lady, all things considered. She's just playing some tricks. And Sherman's gonna go ahead and run up and take up post in front of Flowerkraut and take a swing all at one of these fake creatures.
Alrighty. Do you swing at Seslik, who is the male, or Modra, the female?
Whichever one is on the right.
Okay, Modra it is.
Okay. That is going to be a 18 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
All right. Let's roll some dammies. That's 13 damage.
Wow.
Oh, she's hurt. She is.
I get
so
concerned when a person of authority starts cackling in a manic laughter.
Yeah, you cut into her bad, and she just kind of like buckles over.
Oh, she's got friends. She's got friends. Kill her friends too. Kill her friends.
Next up on the initiative is the Boggles, Timothy's favorite.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
They run after Timothy because they were
They've
having
got
so
a
much
taste
fun
for
with
it.
him before.
They've got a taste for it, Flower.
You watch as these things begin to secrete some strange, like sticky oil all over their bodies, these heads. And they
You
just
really made
jump.
these grotesque, Aaron.
They jump at Timothy and they attempt to stick to him.
Oh God, no.
You're trying to give Chad some nightmares, aren't you?
I'm gonna bolt so hard in the next few minutes.
Okay, so they're going to attempt to grapple you by basically sticking themselves to you. But since these guys are secreting this sticky oil, they get advantage on a
Of
grapple.
course, why wouldn't they? Of course they would.
Okay, so the first one's going to try and grapple. Go ahead, and he rolled a 16. Go ahead and roll an opposing acrobatics check.
Here we go. That's not gonna do it. That was a 15. Stick 'em on me.
All right, he sticks to you.
Oh God, it's so gross.
And the another one's going to go ahead and stick to you as well. There's 3 of them. He rolled an 11. You can see if you can just at least get this one off of you with another acrobatics check.
That was a 14.
Okay, so you've got one stuck to you. One of them flies up, and you just kind of like, no, move your arm out of the way, and he flies past you.
I do it not very graciously. I'm just focused on the one that's currently attached, and just the happenstance of my movement, it just overshot.
Okay, and so the third one runs in, and he starts to secrete an oil, but it's not sticky. It's slippery. And he begins to just basically bleed this oil all over your feet. And the entire time, these 3 Boggles are going...
God, listen, if it's my feathers you want, I'll happily give you some of them. Just leave me the frick alone.
And that is Timothy's turn.
Okay, because I have one of these attached, can I still do any of my actions, or do I have to get this thing off of me first?
So all grappling does is it makes your movement 0.
Okay.
You can still attack you're not even at disadvantage. You basically just are stuck where you are.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to do my best to reach over this gross little head crab thingy, reach for my lute, and I am going to play the Song of Bane. And I'm going to cast it on these 3 creatures.
Oh shit! All right, that is a is it Wisdom saving throw?
It is a Charisma saving throw.
Oh, they're not charismatic. All right, what's your DC?
My spell DC is 12.
That's a fail. That's a pass,
No!
and that's a fail. All right, we'll say that the one that's secreting oil at your feet, the slippery oil, is the one that passed. The other 2 failed.
Okay. All right. Well, that was that. And I am going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Flowerkraut. And I just continue playing. And hopefully that my song provides some form of inspiration.
Ah,
Oh, thank you.
the inspiration. It's exhilarating. Flower, it's your turn.
Oh, cool. All right, let's see here.
You got these 2
All right,
little shitwads in front of you. I mean, Sherman's doing his best to hold them back, but they seem pretty intent on using their bladies to stabbies you.
Oh, delightful. Okay, so it's mainly the Fae people that are up in my business, and then the heads are all about Timothy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're after my biscuits.
Where are the boggles? Where? The boggles are supposed to be helping us.
The Boggles. Boggle! What are you doing to the bird over there, Boggles? Get over here!
You told them to attack everyone. You're forgetful little creatures, aren't you? Like,
Quiet.
if I told you that I am a hag, would you stop attacking us or something?
Wait, you're a hag? Did you say you were a hag?
I am
Wait.
a hag.
She's not a hag. We've been over this before. But she just said she was a hag. No, she's not a hag.
I'm a hag.
Yeah, you heard her. She's a hag. I'm so sorry.
I'm a badass hag. And if you do not stop attacking me and my friends, I will show you how bad my ass is.
I tried to inspire her, but if anything, she's inspiring me.
All right, Flower, what are you doing besides
right,
being awesome?
I let the inspiration of Timothy sweep over me. What does that do?
Well, that will give you a 1d6 that you can apply to an attack, ability, or saving throw.
All right. I'm guessing the hag thing didn't work and they still want to attack me.
Oh, yeah,
So-
they seem intent.
All right. I will introduce then my iconic move, which is Eldritch Blast. But we have decided to rename it Elderly Blast, and it's just a big old horrible fart. it's the worst thing.
Wait, and where is this sourced from, Flowerkraut? Tell us.
I mean, it comes directly from Flowerkraut's butt cheek, so like if that's.
It's
I
it's
eat
locally
rotten fish
sourced.
all day, so it's gonna be nasty. I mean, if I'm feeling fancy, I'll roast a seagull, but it's mostly rotten fish.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing, Timothy. You didn't hear that. You're covered in goo.
I'm covered in goo!
But you've inspired me, Timothy. I shall. You'll have to help me, Daddy DM, because I am D&D noob.
No problem. So are you going to Elderly Blast Seslik or Modra? Modra is really hurt from Sherman's cut.
I think I'll let Sherman finish off Modra. I'm going after that Sezik fella.
Alrighty. So you're going to roll a d20.
Okay.
And to hit with Elderly Blast. And
Do
you
I
add,
apply the inspiration here or to my dammies?
So you can roll the dice. You get a +5 to attacking with this spell. You can choose after you see what you roll if you want to apply the inspiration.
Oh, perfect. All right, rolling the d20. Is that 16 plus 5? 21.
You probably don't want to use the inspiration.
I don't
My
think I
assumption.
will.
I think you can save that.
So Flowerkraut catches Timothy's inspiration and puts it in her pocket, winks, turns around, flaps up her robe.
In the satchel you go, inspiration.
Put it in God's pocket.
And please, Janelle, explain to us what exactly happens right here.
Aaron would like graphic detail of what happens. It's really quite simple, friends. Flowerkraut bends over in the direction of this loser over here, and she shouts, "Get dead!" And okay, I need to find my D10. Hold on.
Yeah,
What
lets it
the
loose.
heck? Okay, it's the spindly looking one, isn't it?
Yep.
All right. So a D10. Oh. All right, I got a 9, and it's a +3.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
12.
Oh my god. Seslik is so hurt and shaken and distraught, and what other words could I come up with to describe getting hit by a fart that actually could possibly kill you? He
Fart
is...
beam like the Reapers, but from my butt.
Oh, he's not sure whether to hold his nose closed or to just like cover his entire face. He doesn't want to swallow it either. So he's like, you know, what?
I literally just spat out my water and decided to take a big slog right then.
Oh, well, that was that.
Seems I'm not the only one proficient with the musical instrument.
Musical fruit and such.
Maybe she is a hag. Oh, God.
Oh, if anything, she's making us gag.
Anything else, Flower?
I don't know. I can't do a secondary attack, so I will just stand there looking cool.
Okay. You do have movement. However, because you've got Seslik and Modra right on you, if you move away from them, they would be able to take an attack of opportunity against you, which you probably
Right.
don't want.
No.
So you stand there. We move on to the next turn. It is Seslik and Modra. Modra is super hurt, and she's unhappy about what happened, what Sherman just did to her. And she turns to the dog.
I'm giving you one chance to surrender.
The hags won't let this be. I must serve them.
And she strikes out with her dagger at Sherman. She rolls an 18 to hit.
That is my AC.
She does 7 damage.
Are you serious? Are you
No.
freaking kidding me? Your boy goes down.
Oh no.
No!
Sherman tumbles to the ground.
I did it. It says like, we're going to win. We're going to win.
She's so hurt. Says like a
Good job.
now let me take care of this not hag right here. And he turns to Flower. And he only rolls a 10 to hit.
Yes! Just misses.
Oh, he swings at you right past Flower. And he just
The
buckles
noxious
over and
fumes.
he's trying to hold his nose closed and swing his dagger at the same time, and he's like, hi. He's like got his face right up next to you.
Smells really bad, huh?
This is a little awkward.
There's still a little bit of a cloud remaining. Sorry about that.
Next on the initiative is Sherman. Give me a death saving throw.
All right. That's a 10. One.
Oh, that is a save.
Oh, that's a save. Cool.
Yep.
That's one for the wins.
You can see a faint wag in Sherman's tail as he lays on the ground.
The Boggles are up next.
No.
And they decide it's time to start their work. So, the one that's stuck to you literally just starts to chew on your leg that it's stuck to.
I'm gonna call you Francis.
He is baned, so we'll have to reduce this attack. Oh wow, their attack is so bad. Oh my god, he rolled a 4 total to hit you. So he's just chewing on feathers.
Now there's a lot there, buddy. You're gonna really have to work your way through.
You just feel something gumming at you, but it doesn't feel like much.
Francis, it's rude to talk with your mouth full.
The other one that's baned is gonna try to he's gonna try and stick himself to you like he tried before, but you pushed him away. So give me an acrobatics check, opposing acrobatics check.
He still gets baned on top of that, though.
Yes, he definitely does. So he has, with all the minuses, because he has a minus to his strength as well, he has a 15 as his total roll.
Ooh, my 22 is gonna beat that.
Oh, he jumps at you again, and you just, again, duck, and Bogglehead goes flying over the top of you. The one that is not baned, that's been just vomiting oil at your feet.
I have had quite enough with being restrained for one day.
He takes a bite at your foot. Oh my gosh. And he rolls a whopping 8 to hit. So you're just moving your feet around. You can't really go anywhere.
I'm doing
you're
a little
almost
dance
slipping.
while I'm playing the lute.
Exactly. You're doing a dance.
You're doing a DDR pad dance.
And it's funny because part of the dance, Timothy ducks his head down, and a Boggle just goes flying over the top.
I'm kicking up sand from the beach. I call this one the sandstorm.
Timothy, you're up next.
I saw Sherman fall, and though I look down at Francis as he gums my foot, I look back to Sherman and I say, one true act of kindness deserves another. And I play Healing Word.
One thing I always require when someone casts Healing Word, what's the word?
Oh, there's no word. It's just the sandstorm. You just hear the rhythm of the sandstorm. If there must be a word, of course the bird is the word. The bird is always the word.
That's what I was... Anyway. All right.
Aaron was gently nudging you towards that.
Yay! How much healing am I gonna get?
You will get 5 points of healing.
5 points. Wonderful. Almost back to where I was before I got hit.
Excellent. So, Sherman, you are awake. You're on your butt.
Thank you so much for that wonderful rendition.
And apparently today, waking up from unconsciousness is a theme for you.
I'm getting really good at this.
All right, is it going to cost an action to do an acrobatics check to get Francis off my foot?
Yeah, exactly. It will.
All right, here we go.
But you'd be able to. But immediately after that, you could move if you want.
Fantastic. I'm going to do an acrobatics check. That is a dirty 20, Francis. Beat that, you little goober.
Boy. Francis is going to roll with advantage, but he's baned. Oh, he sucks. You win.
In all of my sandstorming, he just gets lost in the sea of sand. Dash to the sands of time with you, goober. And I'm going to back away from these head crabs.
Okay. You back away from them. They will take attacks of opportunity against you. They'll try and take little nibbles at you.
No. Well, you know what? I'm going to take my chances. Some of them are baned.
Yes, that is absolutely true. So I'm going to do the first two that are baned. fuck. The first one rolled a natural 20 on his bite.
Me and Francis are sticking together, apparently.
The second one rolled a 16, but baned down to a 12.
That is my armor class.
12 is?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm just a squishy little birdie.
You are a squishy little birdie. Oh, and the third one rolled a natural 1.
Fantastic.
A natural 1. Okay, so...
The seas of high and low for you, sir.
Francis, we're going to say Francis was the one that crit you because he's so angry that you...
Yeah, I flung him into the sandstorm, but unfortunately it's a vortex, so he just came right back around.
Yeah, that's why you don't name things. They start getting attached. You start getting attached.
So Francis does 2 damage to you. Or I'm sorry, 4 damage because he crit. The second one that hits you, that just met your armor class, does 2 damage to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to see what happens to the guy who just rolled a natural 1. Okay. He sticks himself to one of the other boggles. Actually, he sticks himself to Francis.
Can you explain to the audience kind of what you do for the natural ones?
Yeah, so whenever there's a natural 1 rolled in any kind of skill check or attack, I roll a d6. If a player is rolling a natural 1, then I have them roll a d6 against mine. I compare the values, and depending on what happens there, I won't go into depth, it determines the severity of how bad that botch is. Sometimes nothing happens. Sometimes it's just a failure. Sometimes it's a failure that's in the advantage of the person who's being attacked. Like, if a thug is trying to attack you with his weapon, he rolls it, he might just fling his weapon across the room and he's disarmed. So this boggle rolled poorly and tried to jump at you to take a bite, and he stuck himself to Francis, and now both of them having secreted this sticky oil, they're both just kind of like pushing and pulling on each other.
Oh, they're fighting. They're fighting.
They seem very upset with each other.
Crab fight.
So, Timothy, you're able to move away. You took a little bit of a nibble before doing that, but you can get some distance. Where did you want to go? How far away did you want to move from the boggles? How close did you want to move to the rest of the action where Flower and Sherman are?
I'm going to move between Flower and Sherman. Probably behind them a little bit.
Okay. Next on the initiative is Flowerkraut.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's time for that Fey boy to die.
All right.
Okay, let's see. So I am going to do another Elderly Blast.
Mm-hmm.
And, all right, so I will roll. I got a 14 plus 5, so 19.
19.
So I guess I still don't need to do inspiration.
So basically, it's harder for Flower to point blank rip a fart in someone's face.
Okay, so what I would do then is I'd roll another d20 to see which one is the lowest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I got a 17 that time.
Oh, and it does not matter. You hit both of those. You don't even need to use the inspiration because, you got a 19 on the first one and now a 22?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. Let her rip.
Okay, yeah. Let's do this. All right, got a 7 plus 3, so a 10.
Oh my god.
Aaron, can a fart cleave?
It can cleave a room if you know what I mean.
I'm going to say that abso-fucking-lutely it can cleave. I mean, okay, and fair to the rules, at a higher level, Eldritch Blast, what happens is when it upgrades, you can fire multiple blasts in one turn. So,
right.
If you were level 5, you could hit both of these guys with a single Elderly Blast. You would just shoot, you literally shoot a fart 2 different directions.
I'm like trying to visualize this, just like fart beams coming in 2 different directions from the same source.
I imagine if it's Iron Man had pulse like reactors to his butt cheeks.
Sherman, you lay on the ground and you look up and you watch this old lady that you just met flip around and absolutely disintegrate these 2 fake creatures in front of you.
Please
With
describe the
sheer-
noise they make.
With the sheer, wet,
Ew.
flatulent blast.
Oh.
Timothy, you're standing behind her when all this happens.
Why is she staring right at me?
I wink at Timothy.
Oh, now I know why they said this beach was haunted.
Yeah, get a load of this, Timothy.
Maybe she was a hag.
Dead. They're gone. They're gone. And the strangest things is as these 2 fake creatures die, they explode into just a big flash of light, almost blinding. And they pop from existence, and you see just like the little leather armor that they were wearing and the bone knives that they were wielding and the little cloaks they had on fall to the ground before you.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
I crawl over and I start gnawing on one of those bone knives for sure. Oh, you ever?
Thanks
you don't.
for
You,
the
you don't normally
clothes.
get them like this. Oh, this is so good.
So yeah, what we'll do is we'll implement a house rule that if you've got an enemy within 5 feet of the one that you just hit with an attack, I will totally allow cleave. If it makes sense in the attack that you're doing, and with Elderly Blast, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fart cloud coming at ya.
So cleave, just to explain what that would be, is if you overkill an enemy, you would transfer any extra damage that you've done to that one enemy to the next one that's standing next to it. So
Amazing.
you obliterate Seslik and Modra in one foul boom out of your butt cheeks, and you guys look over and the boggles are like, like they're in the middle of tussling with each other, and they stop. They freeze for a moment. They see that both of the fake creatures have blasted into a flash of light, and they go, "Aww." It is Sherman's turn.
Oh, Sherman goes full dog and wants to play ball.
Oh boy.
So I am going to run over on all fours and try to, I guess, get the one that isn't stuck to the other ones.
Okay, as you're running over there, they all just kind of like ink themselves, seeing this dog running at them. You watch all this like this slippery goo just kind of squirts out. Go ahead and roll an attack.
All right, let's roll. Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does not hit. It seems a little slippery, if you know what I mean. Gets away from you as you
Gotcha.
swing your sword down.
Oh, that's way too. That's too bad. They really make these ball things like state of the art. You can keep playing with them for hours. You never catch them.
It is the Boggle's turn, and they. So the 2 that are stuck to each other, I'm gonna roll to see if they can unstick from each other. They both are baned, so they're going to have to roll. Let's see, I'm gonna give them a DC 15 in order to get out of this. The first one absolutely does not do it. The second, it's basically 2 chances to see if they can pull themselves apart. And the second one fails as well. The Bane is just keeping them. They're so just frustrated with each other as you see one pulls left, the other one pulls right. Oh no, I'm sorry, the other one pulls left with it, and it like slaps it to try and get it to go the other direction, but its hand gets stuck as it slaps it, and so they're just like frantically trying to separate each other.
Come on, yeah,
This- The slippery one changes from slippery oil to sticky oil and flings itself at Sherman. Sherman give me a athletics roll. Opposed.
That's an 11.
All right, you get a boggle stuck to you.
Oh, good. I caught it right in my mouth. This is exactly what I was trying to do.
Ooh.
It tastes really bad. It tastes like it's been in the pond water.
Timothy, you're up.
Oh boy. Okay, so these three are still causing trouble. Let's see. What can I do to help out here? Well, I will cast my last bardic inspiration for Sherman.
All right.
And I'm hoping that I am at least in range to attack. I know I just ran away from them, but would I be able to get in range to attack?
Oh, yeah, you could.
I'm also very scared of them, so I'm wondering if I should just do something like throwing a dagger instead of getting close to them. I don't like them, not one bit. And I don't want to get stuck again. Yeah, it's not going to do as much damage, but I feel like I just got out of that situation, so I am going to throw a dagger.
Okay.
I am not going to throw that dagger. That's an 8. I miss.
Yeah, 8 dagger flies past. Are you attacking the ones that are tussling with each other? Because the other one would be stuck to Sherman.
I mean, wouldn't the ones be stuck together? Wouldn't I be able to hit with advantage potentially because they're stuck together?
You know what? I'll say that's absolutely true. They're not paying any
fair
attention to the
argument.
fact that you're attacking them. So.
You know what? That's so much better. I rolled a 19, which brings that to a 23.
Ooh.
Oof.
Tasty.
So you hit Francis.
I'm sorry, Francis, but all good things must come to an end. That's 6.
Nice.
That's max damage for my dagger.
Oh, nice. Francis just does not like that, and he's not sure if he's in pain because of the boggle that stuck to him or because someone hurt him. It is Flower's turn again.
How much did Timothy's hit for?
He did 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
Which I don't think any of these guys have been damaged yet.
Right.
No, they haven't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I should do some infestation action, but that does max out at 6 damage, so that's kind of why I was wondering how much Timothy's did. I mean, I've still got some blasts in me. I can sleep them.
The fun thing about infestation is that you can force a move on whatever you infest, which you could cast that on the one that's stuck to Sherman and force it to move off of Sherman because of that.
It won't get on Sherman?
No, because you're just targeting one little area, that one creature.
Cool. Okay, I was originally gonna do it on the two.
I mean, you might
together guys.
You might leave a flea on Sherman.
Oh no! Don't do that.
No, it's okay. He has a treated collar.
Hey Sherman, I hope you got a flea bath recently.
That's PAL standard issue.
It is treated with the divine light of Tritherion.
All right. So it would have to make a Constitution saving throw against your infestation,
which is 13.
13 is your DC. Its Constitution. It rolls a natural 1.
Woo!
So this thing gets swarmed by your little mites and fleas and flies, whatever it is that Flowerkraut prefers to summon when she casts this spell.
Yeah. I mean, usually I enjoy doing some yucky little beach parasites, those little sand fleas, you know?
So here's where it comes down to the move. You need to roll a d4, and that determines north, south, east, west. If it moves south, that is just further into Sherman's chest.
Just crawls
So
into Sherman's mouth to escape.
Oh, God.
So
You don't
go
want to
ahead
eat
and-
this.
go ahead and roll a d4.
Okay, D4. That's a 1.
Oh, that's north. It shoots directly off in the opposite direction of Sherman, right off of his body, and starts squirming on the ground as it's swatting at all of the mites.
Yeah, not fun, is it? Yeah, really not great. Really not great having something stick to your body. No.
And I
Not
got
fun.
to do my D6 as well, right? To do the
Yes, you do.
poison damage.
Yep.
I got a nice 5.
5. Nice. All right. Anything else?
I turned to Sherman. I'm like, "You good, buddy?" And I give him a thumbs up.
I wag my tail and nod my head. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get it again though. I'm gonna get it again. I can get it and I can bring it to you.
Sherman, no, please don't do it again.
That one has fleas on it.
I don't want to have another flea bath.
Use the sword, not the mouth.
It is Sherman's turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and Timothy told me not to use my mouth, so I'm not gonna do that this time, even though I was thinking about it a whole lot. So I take my longsword back out, and I'm gonna go ahead and swing at the two. Well, I guess the one that was right in front of me got spat out. What, 10 feet away?
5 feet.
5 feet away. Okay. Oh well, I'll just close the gap then and like swing on that one.
All right.
Okay, here we go. All right. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 hits.
I would certainly hope so. Okay.
Oh, these little boggles, yeah.
All right. Let's play baseball. That is 9 damage.
Describe to me how you end this thing, Sherman.
Sherman is going to run up to the slime ball, kick it into the air, and then swing his longsword like a baseball bat, like one-handed, and bat it into the ocean.
Nice. It flies into the ocean in 2 different pieces.
Roll for skippage.
Yes.
Oh
roll
yeah,
for
see if
skippage.
they... All right, I'm going to do that.
Give me a straight up D20.
17.
Oh, man.
Woo!
Flowerkraut's squid friend catches it.
Brandon.
Brandon!
Well, I'm going to tickle you.
Got a snack for you, Brandon.
Delicious.
Does he have Barney's voice?
Brandon the friendly squid.
Well, I'm gonna teach you the meaning of friendship.
Oh, is that Goofy? That's Goofy's voice. Why did I think Barney first? I've seen so much Kingdom Hearts compared to Barney.
All right. Sherman, anything else from you or your turn?
No. I'm good.
Okay, so the boggles are up next, so the 2 that are stuck to each other. And they finally calm down enough to realize that they have a very easy solution to this problem. And you watch as both of them take their free hand and they cut
They're gonna combine.
rift into the material plane, and they both basically pull themselves into 2 separate rifts that separate their sticky situation, and pop pop, they appear right behind you, Timothy.
Oh, not again.
And you look down, you see Francis rubbing his 2 little oily hands together.
Francis, we could have had a friendship. You just have to be so dang creepy about it.
And he pulls the dagger out of his butt and he drops it on the ground.
Where did you have a dagger?
He points at the dagger and then he points up at you.
I think he's telling you to get on that dagger.
Well, I'm not gonna do it.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Not advisable.
Francis, this relationship's been far too clingy for my liking, so I'm not gonna do anything he asks me to.
They both attack Timothy with little bites. They're both Bane still, though.
Bane on you.
Oh, you know what? It's a little late to say this, but you did take some damage.
I did. Bane is a concentration spell.
Concentration spell.
You're right.
We'll just, because I didn't
I'll
catch
roll-
it, we'll just
I'll-
say that you...
No, I'll roll it right now. I will play by the rules.
It's a Constitution saving throw against 10 because neither of them did more than 10 damage.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Ooh.
No problem. Keeping that Bane strong. They're going to attack.
I'm so beefy you can't unbang me.
An 18 minus 1 from the Bane drops him down to a 17. That's a hit. This one's a 14, but he's baned down 4, which is 10. So he misses. Thank you, Bane. 1 hit does 2 damage to you. That was Francis, by the way.
Francis.
He's mad. That was your dagger he pulled out of his butt and dropped on the ground next to you.
You know what? I should have recognized it. My daggers do look like feathers. It's pretty obvious.
When did he steal your dagger?
Oh, I threw it at him and I totally forgot. Mostly because I felt guilty for doing it, so I blocked it from my memory. Now it's coming back to haunt me like most things. You know.
That's right.
Just how life goes.
It is conveniently your turn. So, Timothy, you're up.
I was just trying to play it off so Francis wouldn't know it was me.
Give me another Constitution saving throw against a 10, since he did take just a little bit of damage.
That's not gonna do it. That's a 6.
Oh no! Bane disappears.
You just hear the just echoes away.
Why me? Until next time, Timothy.
I miss him already.
Me too.
Bane floating off into the sky. Everyone looking in wonder. All right, Timothy, what are you doing?
All right. Unfortunately, Francis, I believe this might be where our friendship comes to a rather sharp end, and I will attack with my rapier.
All right.
Oh, does a 12 hit?
A 12 does hit.
Oh, thank goodness. Even bad rolls have their day. Speaking of bad rolls, I rolled a 1 for my damage, which means that's a 3.
Oh.
That's enough to kill Francis.
No, even bad rolls have their day. So as the cast of Bane dissipates from my loot, I use my loot to kind of like shovel scoop Francis up into the air, and then I slice him in half as he comes back down.
Wow! He is 2 pieces of Francis now, and very much dead. There is 1 boggle left, and he is at Timothy's feet. It is Flower's turn. Unless you got anything else on your turn, Tim.
Nope, I think that's it. I've exhausted pretty much my reactions.
All right. Has this one gotten any damage yet to it?
No, this one is untouched.
All right, totally untouched. All right. Let's see if we need any inspo to do another elderly blast. This one's not totally on top of me, right? So it's not disadvantage.
No, this one is next to Timothy, so it would
Is
not
Timothy
be
gonna get hit by my elderly blast?
Let's hope not.
Flowerkraut,
All right.
Flowerkraut, watch your Flowerkraut, your aim.
Step aside, Timothy.
I can't. I'm literally stuck here.
How much was that inspiration again? Because I rolled a 13.
It is a d6. You can add a 1d6 to your roll.
Okay. Does a 13 hit?
Well, you know that a 12 hit with Timothy's attack.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Never mind. All right, I don't need the inspo. Okay. Let's put an end to this. This guy is all face, so he's gonna get all of this.
Oh.
Right in the mouth.
Oh. You're gonna fill him up like a balloon.
Oh god.
Oh god. That's pretty gnar. Okay, that's a 6 plus 3.
9 damage?
Yes.
You fill this thing up like a balloon.
Until it explodes.
Tell me it explodes.
Oh god, it's everywhere.
All that sticky goo and the slippery goo. I don't know if I'm sticky or slippy.
And that's the end of any threats around you guys. The fey creatures exploded into flashing bursts of light, and the boggles are no more. No more goofs, no more tickling, no more torturing.
Thank Brandon.
You are all kind of standing there covered a little bit in boggle goop.
Is this my blood or is this the goop? Is this Is this your blood on me? I'm not sure I'm covered in fluids. I'm covered in many fluids. I need to go to the groomers.
I don't have a groomers, but if you guys want to come up to my cave, we can clean off a little bit, and I can make us some sea urchin stew.
That sounds pointy and painful.
I mean, you open it and you take the goo out of it.
Still the nicest thing I can think of that has happened today or will happen today. So, yes, that sounds lovely.
All right, let's go.
You guys turn and start walking down the beach. And as you're heading back to Flower's cave, or home, an explosion of magic erupts high above all of you, centered over the Adrystian Bay, which is on the other side of the cliffs from you. The island of Adrystia is shaped crescent, where the bay is all basically takes up the center of the island, and cliffs range out both directions. You guys are on the beach. You're on the outside of this crescent, and clouds begin to swirl into a vortex of purple colors in the center of the island over the bay. Green flashes of lightning light up the island in the middle of the night. And you begin to hear the bellowing incantations of multiple hag voices in the air.
Oh, frick.
Oh, biscuits.
And that is where we will end our first episode.
What's up, BB Army? Thank you all so much for listening to today's episode of Break, Battle, and Roll. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed making it. If you can't get enough of Break, Battle, and Roll, be sure to follow our Instagram and Twitter, both at Break, Battle, Roll, or swing by and like the Break, Battle, and Roll Facebook page, where you can mingle with us and other members of the BB Army in between episodes. If you want to keep up with our cast, you can find Chad Stafford on Instagram and Twitter as at It's Chit Chad. Aaron Rollins on Twitter is at AARKUMA, that's Arkuma. Janelle Wilkie on Instagram at Janelle.Wilkie, that's JANELLE.WILKE. And me, Dustin. Catch me on twitch.tv/thefinaldestination, Instagram and TikTok as at @the_final_destination, and on Twitter at FINL Destination, because Twitter likes short names. We'd like to give a special thank you to our musicians Ben Holland for creating our absolutely shredding theme song. You can find Ben on SoundCloud, and Rory O'Neill for his phenomenal background compositions. You can find Rory as at Trench Roar Fair on Twitter. Gotta love that pun. We'd also like to give a shout out to what we would call our sister podcast, the Roaring D20s podcast. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at RD20s podcast. That's RD, the number 2, the number 0, S podcast. Lastly, if you want to support the show, the best way you can help us right now is to spread the word. Do you have a friend who likes D&D or is way into podcasts? Send them our way. On top of that, the great Googly Moogly has told us that ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts will help share our adventures with more listeners. Again, thank you all so much for listening. Now, where was that delicious fish smell coming from? Uh-oh. Later, BB Army. I've got to get Sherman before he gets into Flowerkraut's mortar and pestle bag again. We will see you all in the next episode.